Hello everyone, welcome to your favorite YouTube channel, My Project Ideas. Today we are going to make a completely new project which is basically on the topic smart home, and we are going to use your IoT, that is Internet of Things. So let's see what it is. Sounds very interesting, right? So here are your requirements. You require a VS Code or another text editor where you are going to write your code for to run it probably to see the results. I have used your VS Code because it is suggested for a very better experience and it's my personal favorite. Then an operating system is a no-brainer. I have used your Windows 10 operating system. You can use any other operating system as per your choice, as per your device. This project is based on HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and the requirement of this project includes index.html, that is HTML file, script.js, that's a JavaScript file, style.css, that is a CSS file, and bootstrap, that is a class for your styling. So I hope you understood the intro part. You understood what is the requirement. Now we'll be moving straight to the output. How does this look? So here is my smart home dashboard. See, today's date is 28 to 2024. It's mentioned here 28 to 2024. The time is 6:04 p.m. See, check it here. It's 6:04 p.m. and the humidity and temperature. I have not done anything. The smart board dashboard. See, I'm not using any device or any sensors here to just grasp the temperature, to grasp the humidity, or to get the time, the weather, like it's cloudy or rainy, or your what you can call humidity. I'm not using any sensor here. The laptop which I'm using, the system which I'm using, and the code which I'm using, till there I'm going to get all these values. So this is my water tank level. It's on a range of 60. I can change it to see. When I change it to the lights of the living room, see it, the bulb rises. The kitchen room with bulb rises, it glows. Bedroom glows. The bed lamp is off. My living room fan is on. Just look at this. It's like revolving. The kitchen room fan is off. The bedroom fan is on, and the dining room fan is on. Cool. So now let's leave it like that. And now let's move to our code. Like how did I code it? Here is our code. In the index.html, first we have that doc type HTML, that is basic. We have selected the character set, we have selected the compatibility, the viewport, the content is set as device width, and the scaling is set to 1. And we have linked the HTML file to the CSS file. See, this is we have a different CSS file, and we are going to link the HTML to the CSS file. But you can do as such also. That is called inline CSS. So in between the HTML also you can go on writing or adding your CSS. No problem in that. But that will increase the length of your code, and people who are working with you, working under you, or working in your project as you with you, so they won't be able to understand the code because that will be quite large. It becomes very tiresome to debug and read a lengthy code rather than read parts of the code. Cool. Now we have closed the head tag. Then we have a body onload, the start timer. We have included the start timer function. Then we have a div class. The class name is header, and it says smart board dashboard. Where, see, this one, smart board dashboard, smart home dashboard. So basically, what is this? This is what you can call as, like, in the smart home dashboard. Like, this is a title or the heading of what we are going to use. The project is based on. You can change it. I can change it to smart home. I may not write dashboard. Let me save it and let me run it here. Let me make the changes. See, it says smart home. Understood? Great. Then the class is named as dashboard, and again under the class dashboard we have a class called main row and a class called box. So, and it is written today. See, which one? This one. This is a box. It's a card, and this name is today. So today is date. Today's times. The time is increasing. It was 6.2 when we started, now it's 6.7. Okay, where's the code? Yeah, here. Then we have a class called date time to get the date and time. The style will be margin right, 30 pixels, and ID is data. And the PID, that is the paragraph ID, is time. So now we have closed the division. What is division? Division is basically a section which divides. Like when you write a paragraph, you use different like full stops, you use different kinds of annotations so that you can understand, yeah, this para ends here, the next para starts from here. So like that in HTML, when you're going to separate something, you use either division or section or span. Then we have a span class called temp symbol, and we have selected the I class. It is the frame, that I class frame, that span class is equal to cloudy, and it says it to temperature, div class temperature. So I have selected here the class to be cloudy. I can select here something else like humidity. Say humid. See, I selected a humidity. See, you got your humidity. So it's 64% humidity you got. So now I changed it. So it's, wait, yes. Okay. So basically, this is a project which needs to be linked to your sensors, which can a temperature sensor or a, you can say, a light sensor and stuff, so that it can sense your outside surroundings and it can give your output. The temperature sensor can sense the temperature, the surrounding, the humidity, and it can give the inputs to the model which we have created. Then let me change this. See, when I selected humidity, this changed. Okay, now let's say it's 84% humidity. See here, it's 84% humid. Okay, now we have a box 2, which is the gauge, the water tank label, and we have indicated the gauge body to be filled because we have no sensor to measure the height of the water right now, my water tank. Then we have the row 1. This is for the images, the light and fan images. See, we have used the light and fan images, and the checkbox type is selected. So if you select it, then that is marked as yes, that is you are going to use that. So that is a checkbox type. And what is slider round? Slider round is basically the slider part which you got to here. This is the slider. Okay. See, slider. Great. Now we have the bedroom and bed lamp. So basically the different, this is kitchen room. We have bedroom. We have bed lamp. We have living room, the same thing. Then we have kitchen room, the bedroom, and the dining room. So this is what we have. We have the living room, the kitchen room, the bedroom, the bed lamp, the living room, the kitchen room, the bedroom, and dining room. So bedroom have two things, that is your bulb and fan. Let's do this. Fan. Let's on the fan. Okay. Now so now let's move to this SmartHome.css. CSS is what? It's basically the styling. Again, it's very basic. You just need to change your background. You need to change your colors, fonts. That thing you can do with the CSS. Every element is designed using CSS. I prefer not making another file for CSS. I just copied from internet, that is from the bootstrap. As beginners, you can basically prefer writing the CSS one by one so that you can understand what is going on. See, in the body, the entire body is selected. What is the entire body? Here we had a body tag. If you not forget, if you're all with me, see this body. So until and unless this body is closed with a closing tag, like up to the body here, the entire body is selected. And what we have done is we have set the background color to the kind of light blue. I can change it, no problem. Let me change. See, I have selected this. Now let's see. See, it will change. Understood? Now we have selected the display to be flex. The flex direction is column. The align items with center, you can align the items to justify left, right, depends on you, and the justify content is center. Then we are selecting the header, that is smart home wala part, and we have the align items to be center, justify content to be center, and display to be flex. Then header h1 displays flex, align items at center, and we have given the margin also. Basically, this is the color white. You can change it depending on you. Then dashboard, flex and center. Then box. So the background color is given here white. See the height, width, your background color, border radius, box shadow, padding, position, margin, display, flex, everything is set. So you can differentiate. You can change it accordingly. If you want to change it, say I want this color. You can change it. No issues in that. See, I changed this one. You can change it. No problem. Let me change again. Okay, let me make it white. It was looking great. Okay, then we have a heading 2 in which we have set the margin, font size, display, align items, and justify content. In the date time again, we have all those all those parameters set. We have the temperature symbol. We have the cloud thing. So if you want to change it, cloud wala thing, it says na cloudy or something. So you can make it green if you want. See, you can make this cloud. It becomes green. Okay, you can change it accordingly. Then cloudy, see every parameter, cloudy, temperature strong, then your temp, then the boxes, the gauge body, everything is set. Okay, so every parameter is basically defined with a certain amount of alignment, a certain amount of font radius, box shadow, color, so you can change it accordingly. Now let me move to the JS part, which is the actual functioning, the functioning of what we are going to learn, or the basic functioning. So we have the gaze element, and we are getting the query selection as dot gaze, and we're going to set the gaze value first. Then we are going to transform the style. You are going to when the gauge is filled, then it is set to rotate, and we are going to get a value by the ID here, and the text content is set to a round value. What is math dot round? Basically, when the value which you got into 100 and you are going to round it, like say something is 8.5, you're going to set it to 9. Something is 8.4, you're going to get it 8, because it's a query selector, it's a gauge thing, it can't be in decimals. Then this is for the light one, like when you're turning on the light, you can see a slider which is functioning. See, when I'm turning on the light, look at this bulb, it's glowing. So that is what is mentioned here. If it's true, then you have to display the bulb to be glowed. If it is false, then nothing you should do. For the light 2 also same thing, light 3 same thing. Then there is a bed lamp. In the bed lamp case also, first you're going to get the bed lamp input via a get element by ID. Then what you're going to, if it is checked, if the bed lamp is checked, see, it's on, then it glows. I have refreshed it so that it's, see, it glows, correct? Then the fan switch. If the fan switch, first you get the input via the user. See, I have on the fan, so it's now rotating, it's revolving. That's what it says here. For all the fans, first you need to get the element by the user, the input by the user, whether it is on or off. When it is on, then it says fan switch is on. Then rotate. See, the fan rotates. If it is on, the fan rotates, otherwise it remains as it is. Then the start time. So this is you're going to get today, get date is you are going to get today's date, today's month, and today's year. And hours, minutes, and sec also going to get. This is an inbuilt function in JavaScript, and accordingly you can get the date and time updated. So this is our entire code which we ran, which we understood, which cleared our basics about in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is not like connected to any sensors. Whatever data you are getting, it's completely based on the system and the functions which you have used and the code which you have written. If you want it to work as an IoT completely, then what you can do is you can use this model, connect to different kind of sensors, and you'll get your desired output. I hope you understood the working of this project. For more interesting project ideas, stay tuned to this channel. Thank you and have a great day.